Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode on Unlaced. And today we're here with another pair of Jordans. This time it's the Jordan 7s, the Flint edition. Bam! These are special because they are a 15-year remake. Of course, the original Jordan 7s came out in 1992, a long time ago. And actually 1992, if I remember correctly, was Jordan's best year statistically. First team All-Defensive, first team All-Pro. NBA All-Star team, of course, his 6th scoring title, if I remember correctly. Also, the Dream Team, 1992, winning the gold medal for the United States for the second time, following up from 1988, and his second Bulls championship, and I don't know, there's a lot more. So it was such a great year for him, and also for shoes, and we're going to talk about this one right here. This one didn't come out in 92. This one actually 15-year anniversary came out in 2006, but we got it here now, and we're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Let's talk about this Jordan 7 Flint edition. And time to get started with the unboxing, which is always the fun part. It's like Christmas every time you get a new pair of shoes, especially a fancy new pair of Air Jordans, size 11, my size. These are the Air Jordan 7 Retro Flint Edition, US dollars, 190 bucks. Most interestingly, when these came out, I believe they were $120, and it stayed that way for a very long time until it got a slight bump to 125, then it went back to 120, and these are 190, so a lot of money for these. These are the 15-year anniversary. Not 15-year originally, but 15-year anniversary from when these originally came out in 2006. Flint edition because they have Flint gray on them. They've got this nice, really cool outsole with the suede leather on it, and it really gives it this nice, cool look to it. Very fancy. And then in the midsole here as well, you can see that there's a lot of changes, especially when you look at the treadwear on here with this circular, kind of, I call it like a moon crater pattern, and you can see the influences from the West African art with the sharp angles and the geometry and the colors. But this one, you don't see purple a lot, especially this university purple in the Air Jordan shoes. And up here on the side of the heel, you can see where you've got the purple Jumpman logo. We've got the Air Jordan there. It's cool. It says Jordan, and then between the letters, you've got the A, the I, and the R. And one other thing that really struck me with these is just the sides are really thin, and you've got this kind of neoprene boot inside of here that gives you a lot of flexibility, comfort, and support depending, for a lot of different varying ankle and foot sizes. This one, they were very aggressive with changing kind of the original design when it came to the Jordan 7. Then you've got the little angular shield on the back here with the 23. No Jumpman on the back, no Nike on the back, no swoosh on the back. You can see here clearly the 23. But also when they had the Olympic edition, it has the 9 on the back, which is the number that Jordan wore during the Olympics. Pretty cool. The shoestrings, they're not super long on here. That was one thing that really threw me, especially since there's 2 extra loopholes up there whenever I put them on. They're really not a very long shoestring. That kind of surprised me, but very cool looking shoe. And let's go ahead and move over to the wear test. Now, putting these on, it's got the nice pull tab on the back, makes it very easy to put these on. It is a little odd when you slide your foot in because of that little sleeve on the inside to go and get them laced up. And like I was saying, the shoestrings, not super long on this one. They're kind of thin shoestrings too. They're not super thick. They do still have like little metal things on the end of them, which is fine. I do like that. It makes them feel nice and quality. The shoes themselves are comfortable. They are, if you've got wide feet, these might not be the best for you just because they are a little on the narrow side. I will definitely give them that. They are kind of narrow, especially compared to, my Jordan 3s and Jordan 4s. Maybe a little bit more close in line with the Jordan 1s. Plenty of flex and comfort. These are not the super bulkiest in the world, especially when it comes to the soles on these. So you do get a little more pliability and flexibility. They look sharp. Like, they're a very sleek looking shoe, and I like that. Very much a 90s look. 80s was a little more bulky, a little bit more rounded. These guys right here definitely took a different direction, and I love these colors. The purple really stands out. That's what drew me in, and one of the reasons why I got them. I love purple, and then this white. It just looks really nice together. I like them a lot. All right, 1992 was a great year for basketball, especially Michael Jordan. And then for those of us who like the shoes, the 7th iteration of the Air Jordan. This one right here, we have Jordan 7. This is the Flint edition. It's called the Flint edition because it has Flint gray on it. So this right here, called Flint gray, and then we have the University purple. You can see the Air Jordan logo there, the Jumpman. And here it's cool on the tongue as well. It's actually like a neoprene material because there's a neoprene like sleeve inside of here. It's a really interesting thing. We showed that off a little bit more in the unboxing, but kind of like a skier's boot, and it's designed to give you a lot of different support and flexibility for different ankle types, different foot types when you put them in here, and it kind of molds to your foot. This is an interesting shoe because it's very streamlined. Like if you look at the sides here, the little flaps here on the side of the shoe, they're actually very thin. Like it's not a whole lot there. Whenever I first tried these on, it really kind of threw me for a loop. A lot of the Jordans that I have are traditionally, they're a little bit more bulky, a little bit more boxy, and this has a lot more geometry and angles and kind of a sexiness that we haven't seen in the other shoes. The other ones are like, yes, very much a characteristic basketball shoe, and this one, going into the 90s, we got a lot more aggressive when it comes to the art styles and the angles and some of the colors. This one, so the Jordan 7 is actually the art style. This was the 4th version, the fourth time at the drawing board for Tinker Hatfield, who created of course, the iconic Jordan 3. Made some great shoes. So this is his 4th attempt at it. Change a couple of things up. You can see there's no Nike, there's no swoosh anywhere on the shoe. You just have the Jumpman logo, and then you have the 23 on the back there in this little triangular shield. A lot of this, the design and these angles, these colors are actually derived and find their origin in West African art, which was really popular back then in the early 90s. And we got a lot of these cool colors and angles and the patterns and stuff. You see that in a lot more of the Jordan 7s as opposed to the Flint. But it's funny, they have one, I think it's called the sweater edition of the Jordan 7, because back in 1993, when Michael Jordan and Larry Bird did the McDonald's commercial for the Super Bowl, he was wearing that squiggly line, like really, I say ugly, sweater, but they actually made the shoe after that with kind of some of the same patterns and colors. This one also brought the introduction of the Looney Tunes characters, particularly Bugs Bunny. They had a commercial, actually 2 commercials in 1992, and is considered a precursor to Space Jam. So you've got basically Bugs Bunny getting bullied on the court by some other basketball players. Michael Jordan comes in, saves the day, wearing his Jordan 7s, of course. So it's really an interesting shoe, and I say that about all the shoes, of course. They're all very interesting to me, but if you go in and you look at them, you look at the different colorways that they have, you look at the different patterns, you look at the history, you look at a lot of the statistical accolades, and that's why I think that the retro ones are so cool. You can look back at the Jordan 1s, 2s, 3s, all the different numbers, and you can look at what Michael Jordan was doing in his career at the time, a lot of the cultural influences, and that's one thing that Nike has always kind of brought to the table, a lot of these cultural influences and sensitivities, and puts them into their designs, and it makes them controversial sometimes, it makes them very progressive, it also makes them very unforgettable. Look at the bottom, we've got the shoe sole here. I think this is the first time, I may be wrong here, that they brought in this kind of circular pattern, this little crater style sole on the bottom of it for traction. It doesn't have the typical fishbone. It's really kind of neat. It's a very interesting design, and we've got some of the West African art design stuff here as well. Really, it's just a very interesting shoe. Lightweight, sleek. I love that we've got the suede on here, and you can see, of course, as you run your finger across it, you can tell it's the real deal, and it changes the way that the leather looks as you do that. Also, the nice white leather on here, and it's just a neat shoe. It's definitely a departure from the norm. Like, you look at a lot of the older ones, especially the earlier Jordans, and going into 92 with this one, it really was a change, and that's something that you can always count on for Tinker Hatfield, is to make something new and emerging and changing, and never sticks with one thing, always moving and looking towards the future when he makes new shoes. So I really like this one. I'm glad I added it to my collection, and there is a slight discrepancy when you look at the original 2006s. They do say that the gray on it, I believe it was the gray, was a different shade. I don't know, maybe things have changed over 15 years, but I like the way these look. The white really makes everything pop and stand out, and then the purple really stands out. Cool shoe, nice to have in the collection, and that's all I got for this video. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, I'll see you guys next time.
This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That's all, folks.
Well, that's my line.